What's going on, YouTube? Joshua Butler here on another episode of Slightly Controversial Podcast. I apologize for it taking me so long to do another podcast. These seem to be reviewed pretty well, and I get a lot of conversations started in the comments down below, which I love that. But I wanted to make another DAW talk episode because a lot's happened in the world of DAWs since the last podcast that I made, and I've got my notes, my famous notepad here. And the first DAW that I want to talk about, I want to just jump right into it, Cubase 13 Pro. And I know I said I wouldn't make another video about it, and this isn't a video just about Cubase. This is a video about a couple of different DAWs that have kind of popped up on my radar again. Cubase is definitely one of them. What do you guys think about Cubase 13 Pro? If you guys haven't seen my podcast or seen any of my videos, you know that I am first a Studio One guy. Logic is a close second. I have dabbled with Ableton, but I've always really liked the idea of Cubase Pro. And if you look at my screen here, I'm recording inside of Studio One, but I've got Cubase 13 Pro installed on my system. Spectral Layers 10, I absolutely love. That's not a DAW, but it's a really cool tool. If you're not familiar with it, YouTube it, it's badass. And of course, I've got Logic because Logic is always fun to me, and I still do get client sessions that are in either GarageBand format or Logic Pro format. And then, of course, Studio One, which you see I am recording in. I have enjoyed using Studio One this whole time. My only complaint, as of late, there are other DAWs out there that are advancing past them. They're kind of reminding me of Pro Tools in a sense that they're starting to fall behind. But anyway, here comes the controversial part. I think Studio One's plugins, stock plugins, and stock sounds are so far behind Cubase and Logic. The loops inside of Studio One, I mean, I'll show them to you. I don't even think I have them downloaded. Yeah, I don't have any of them downloaded. And my instruments are Easy Drummer, Contact, and Serum. On PreSonus, you see that I have Impact and Sample 1, and I have none of the sounds installed for these because I don't use them because they're trash. Same with the effects. Now, I do use the Pro EQ. I think it's okay. It's not nearly as good as Cubase's. It's better than Logic Pro's, I will say that. I like this one better than Logic Pro's because it's dynamic. But on the other hand, Logic's has mid-side, so pros and cons to those. I think that Studio One is still lacking, man. They're falling behind on their plugins, their sounds. They don't have any virtual instruments that are worth a shit, in my opinion. They have the other one, oh God, I can't remember the synths. And that's the thing. I've forgotten because I don't use them because they're so terrible. Even their bass guitar sounds like a real bass guitar sound. It doesn't sound like a bass guitar. It sounds like a Fisher-Price MIDI keyboard to me. But, you know, of course, I have my third-party stuff, like my Tune Track stuff, of course, Serum, and then obviously my Contact. I love that kind of stuff. And Ample Sound, my little banjo virtual instrument, it's pretty cool. Now, I don't expect Studio One to have a banjo virtual instrument, but if you were to go into, like, let's say Cubase, I don't want to open it because I'm recording and I might mess it up, but we'll open this, the Halion Sonic, right? The stock Halion Sonic that comes with Cubase Pro is amazing. It's got some really good sounds in it, and the orchestra set that's in it, holy cow, that thing is amazing for free. It's amazing for an included library. I still like some of my string libraries that I have in Contact. And then the Groove Agent that comes with Cubase Pro. And the drum sounds are really good. They're not bad. Like I personally haven't used them on a production because I haven't found one yet that's as good as what I have now, which with my Easy Drummer stuff. I have a custom drum kit that I made in Easy Drummer. I like it the best. But if I was someone who was coming to this and needed to produce music, right? I had no sounds. I didn't know anything about third-party VSTs or instruments or anything like that. I needed just what come with the DAW. Studio One is not good enough. I'm not saying you couldn't make a record with the stock sounds and stuff in here. You know, do you want to drive the Honda Civic around as a sports car, or do you want to have a Lamborghini that comes with the sports car stuff and it's going to get you to where you need to go a lot faster, right? And here's another controversial part. I personally think the best DAWs on the market right now on paper as a package, okay? I didn't say the best DAW for you, But the best DAW, I think in general, with the most features, the best two, there are two, is Logic Pro and Cubase Pro. Cubase 13 Pro. I don't know anything really about 12 and 11. I did try 12 for a little bit, and it just didn't really resonate with me very well, so I kind of skipped out on it. But 13 is really sticking with me. I'm really digging it, and I want to know what you guys think. That's what this podcast is all about. I put these things out there to kind of stir up a little bit of shit and to start conversations. I don't, you don't have to be. Somebody said something in one of my videos. One of you viewers said, "You don't have to be DAW monogamous," and I thought that was hilarious because I'm not. I use quite a few different DAWs, but my whole thing is, and it's okay if you do that. I have a lot of friends that use 2 or 3 DAWs. Most of them just use 2 DAWs because you don't really need 3. A lot of my friends will use like Logic and Pro Tools, or Logic and Studio One, or Ableton Live and Logic, or Ableton Live and Pro Tools. Different variations. Most of my friends only use about 2 DAWs. For me and what I want to do though, Cubase is really close, man. I really think that you can do, at least me for my workflow, I think Cubase or Logic, those are the 2 best ones. Now my drawback to Logic is, I've said this in many videos before this, I switch back and forth from PC and Mac all the time. Now, I still think Mac is the best for audio production, but if you're someone like me who dabbles in, VFX and 3D work, Mac's not always the best for that kind of stuff. So I like to custom build my PCs. Would be really cool if I could have my DAW on my PC and not have to have a Hackintosh, which would defeat the whole purpose of me having a PC anyway, because I want to use Windows on a PC. That sounded like an airplane crashing. Okay, sorry about that, guys and girls. We had a couple of A10 Warthogs flying really low over our house, which never happens here. There is a training base not too far. I'm in Central Florida. There's a training base not too far. They've never been that low this far out, which was pretty cool. And I had my phone on the stand. I didn't get video, but that's okay. So anyway, that's going to be the end of this podcast episode. I think we're only 10 minutes or so in. Comment down below. I am going to have a video coming out of me reviewing Cubase 13 again. I'll just be honest with you guys. It's very intriguing to me. I want to give it another go. They did change some things that I had a quirk with, or a couple of quirks with some things. They've changed those in 13, so be ready for that video. I'm not abandoning Studio One or anything. That's still my DAW of choice as of right now. Could change in the future. I don't know. Cubase looks pretty damn cool. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below, and I will catch you in the next video. Remember, it's called Music Theory, not Music Fact. Have a good one.